This is the first non-standard game of Warp's Edge that I'm playing. After doing a lot of missions with the Achilles against the Dread, I now want to go to other ships and motherships. So I decided to just flip the Achilles to the Artemis side, but as the new mothership I'm going with the Hydra because it's the next difficulty level, so difficulty 2. Other options would have been to just choose another mothership and stay with the Achilles, or vice versa to stay with the same mothership but use a different ship. But I think let's plunge into a new combination right away. The nice thing about the Artemis is that it has the same tokens for P and O as power tokens, so the photon blast and the overdrive, which we already know. But then things get different quite quickly. So W is now the warp ahead token, which allows me to draw 3 tokens from the bag and add them to the pool. And complementary to that, we have a hold of 2 now, so we can actually store more tokens between turns and even warps. The signature token is the E token, which is the enhance ability, which allows me to choose either energy or laser and exchange all tokens from my pool of that type or any number with the next higher denominator from the reserve, which is cool. And the R skill is the retrofit ability that allows me to use 1 skill, so activate and use. So there's no deferred use in this case, but it doesn't cost any energy. Hull-wise and shield-wise, Artemis has lots of more hull. Well, actually it's 5 hull instead of 1, and I have a shield of 5. So lots more, but it does no longer have the ability to recover when destroyed. So if once I'm destroyed, the game is just over. But then again, I did not use that ability that much with Achilles, so I hope this doesn't make a huge difference actually. So the Hydra is still a mothership with 3 sections. It's unprotected, so that's a big difference. So the Hydra will attack me every turn, and I can attack it right away. The sections do not all deal damage, that would be quite unfair, I think. Instead, there's an energy section that needs 6 energy to be defeated, and it can't be defeated in any other way. And it has the ability that repairing shields is less efficient, so 1 energy only recovers 1 shield instead of 2. So again, I hope that's not that important if I'm not planning to take that much damage. The middle section deals 2 damage and has 7 hull, so that's like the most normal one. And finally, the right section needs to be outmaneuvered. There's no other way to defeat it. And level 1 enemies require 1 extra laser to destroy or any extra maneuver to evade. So this makes the level 1 enemies a bit more of a hassle, but the mothership is not stun protected, so every section can be stunned with laser fire or maneuvering, which then disables the ability. So the final difference to the Dread is that there's 1 less level 1 enemy and 1 more level 3 enemy instead. Okay, so let's put the initial tokens into the bag. So the usual ones we have, and 1 enhanced token that we start off right away because it's our signature token. Also we get a skill, and the choice is between Loop Around and the Bright Red Jacket. Okay, so the Bright Red Jacket we already know. It reduces the number of lasers targets need to be destroyed by 1. That's a solid skill. Loop Around lets us repair our draw. And seeing that we have the enhanced token as a signature, which would profit from having more of the same, maybe let's this time go with Loop Around. I haven't played with that yet so much, so let's take that. And the Bright Red Jacket goes beyond the pile. Our first pilot planning give me the enhanced token right away with 3 lasers and 1 maneuver token. And the enemy rivals are the Reaver, the Spider, the Mercenary, and the Scout. And these are also all level 1 enemies that we have because it's 4/4/4 from the structure of the deck. Okay, so the Reaver gives me access to the photon blasts. That's interesting. Evading it would make me draw. And if I don't defeat it right away, all laser tokens are getting discarded. It's not good, obviously. The rest of the enemies have no special abilities, so that's nothing to worry about. So I have to keep in mind really that the Hydra is not protected. So I have to deal with the 2 damage from the middle section. So I have to stun it, which means that I have 1 less token for the actual row of enemies. And especially in the beginning, when I'm facing level 1 enemies, they are all harder to destroy or evade. Okay, so 5 tokens is really not much. That much is quite clear right from the start because I need to deal with the mothership sections and the enemies, and they are harder because of the right section. I cannot use Loop Around yet. I could activate it by removing the maneuver token permanently from the game, but that would only help me for the next turn. Okay, this sounds really hard actually. This combination of ship and mothership. I'm facing 5 attacks and I have only 4 tokens that actually do anything in points of stunning. So how do I deal with this? Or do I want to start taking damage right away? Well, I have a shield of 5, so I can take a lot of damage. I can heal that. And if I do not get any tokens into my token discard, the damage would not matter that much. But do I want to do that? Or can I do that? If I want to use Enhance now, it will be in my discard. Enhance would increase all these tokens to level 2 if I go for laser enhancement. and 2 of them would allow me to defeat the Reaver to get a Photon Blast token, but that doesn't help me in my current turn. Okay, so this means with the 1 token, the enemy I could evade is the Scout, if I also assign a laser to stun the right section of the mothership. Wow, that's really not a good situation to be in. Okay, so let's play that through. If I enhance the lasers, then 2 of them would be enough to defeat the Reaver to get a Photon Blast, and then I would stun almost nothing else. If I go with the middle section, obviously, to not get a 2 damage, and then start working on evading an enemy, I would get 2 damage. And the problem really is that in my discard pile I will have 3 tokens, so I would have to remove 2 from the game right away. That doesn't sound like a winning strategy. If I keep the evade token and just destroy nothing in the first turn, then the shield damage will be irrelevant at least as long as removing tokens from the game is concerned. So I would still have to stun the 2 damage. I will probably start maneuvering around the Reaver, which also would make me draw, which I just realized is not that bad actually. And I can stun 2 more enemies. Doesn't matter damage-wise. And I would get only 1 shield damage, which does not remove any tokens from the game. The problem is that my enhance, well, if I've played already 3 lasers, there are no lasers left really besides the level 2. And then I have 3 energy tokens that I could enhance. So maybe that's the trick here, that I need to upgrade my energy tokens to be able to buy a lot of new tokens. So I can use my shield and actually have a chance, even though I have to remove so many tokens from the game because of taking shield damage. So I know pretty much what I'm drawing, because I'm starting with 11 tokens, I'm not adding any. So I will draw, well, not all, one less, but up to 2 maneuver tokens, up to 3 energy tokens, and the level 2 laser token. So let's assign the lasers to enemies that I might even be able to destroy. Well, I don't get any more laser tokens, so that's quite pointless. Damage-wise, there will only be 1 level 2 laser token. Let's put it to the one that needs 3, and the Scout, because these 2 give me laser tokens. And I feel like those might come in handy if I have to start removing stuff. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is a good first turn. I find it highly interesting that the Hydra is so different already, and the Artemis, at least with the enhance that I drew right away, in the combination with the Hydra, makes it, at least for me, non-obvious how to proceed here. But this will at least start to accumulate tokens, so I'm accumulating 3. I'm holding 1, because I do not want to remove it from the game. Maybe I should have taken the bright red jacket. I was maybe too focused on the Hydra that most of the sections don't even need laser damage to be defeated. Going through the enemy lines with the bright red jacket would have been much easier. It kind of negates the rightmost section when activated, or if I stun it too, it will make it much more easy to defeat these enemies. Okay, so but let's resolve that as I've played it now. In the enemy attack phase, these 2 abilities of the outermost sections are active, but I'm not recharging my shield yet. And I'm not trying to destroy any enemies yet, so they are not relevant, and the middle section is stunned with this laser fire. Actually, it does accumulate. So the Reaver is then stunned by maneuvering, the Spider is stunned, and the Scout is stunned, but the Mercenary will hit me for 1 shield damage, but I don't have any tokens in my discard. Okay, brings me to turn 2. I'm drawing everything but 1 token. So what I did not draw is 1 energy token. I've drawn the other 2 maneuver tokens and level 2 laser. So if I stun the rightmost section, which I should probably do, then the level 1 enemies will be able to be destroyed as usual. Do I want another turn? Probably yes, but again, there are not that many tokens I can work with to stun stuff. So if I add any tokens to the bag, I can draw them with the Reaver. This is what I prepared. So these are the only 3 tokens I can use to stun stuff and evade or destroy stuff. Okay, so the plan would be to assign that here, but it does not evade it yet because the outermost section is not yet stunned. So I have to assign something there, and I don't want to assign level 2 laser there. That sounds bad, which means I will probably assign this here. That would evade the Reaver. Then I would draw. I would get 1 more energy, but I would like to get more stuff. For example, level 1 laser by defeating the Spider, or even more energy by defeating the Mercenary, because I can upgrade or enhance all energy tokens I'm drawing. But I will get a lot of shield damage. Okay, let's just try that. Let's take an energy token so I can actually upgrade the stuff. The warp will end anyway. So I will destroy the Mercenary with the stunned rightmost section. 2 lasers is enough, even though it's a level 1 enemy. So I'm destroying the Mercenary. I'm adding the level 1 energy token to the bag. This is discarded. So this is then assigned here. Then I'm evading the Reaver to draw. So I'm drawing 2 energy tokens. I will then use enhance, assign energy. Since it's saying that I have to exchange that with the reserve, I think they go all back to the reserve. They are not removed from the game, which means those 3 will go here for 3 level 2s, and this one will go here for 1 level 3. That's a lot of energy. And talking about another turn, maybe I should buy enough tokens to have another turn. I will get 4 damage, which will deplete my shield and mean I have to remove 4 tokens from the game. Does it make sense to take a stab at the middle section, to just destroy it right out of the bat? Because I can buy so many lasers that I can jump blast it down. But I have to survive the next turn. But if I keep energy, I can try to recharge my shield, but I would have to stun the left section, otherwise my recharging is inefficient. I think if I buy with 5 tokens, I have a combined buying power of 9, so I can buy 4 level 2 and 1 level 1 laser, for example. So I would like to buy a level 1 to defeat the scout. This is in the wrong section, unfortunately. Okay, so level 1 to defeat the scout, a level 2 to defeat the spider, a level 1 to stun the rightmost section of the mothership. But now we are not talking about blasting down the middle section again. But this is only 4 yet, so level 3 brings me to 7 and a level 2. That would be possible to buy. And I will reveal 2 level 2 enemies that I haven't taken into account yet. It feels like loop around was the completely wrong decision, to be honest. Okay, if I want to destroy the middle section, I have to assign 6 damage to it, which would only give me 2 tokens for something else. And if I'm not working on the level 1 enemies, I would not have to stun the rightmost section. Alright, no idea. Let's buy that and see what happens. So I'm paying 9 in energy and buying tokens for 9 cost total. Then the biggest problem with this plan is that I'm now in the enemy attack phase. I have stunned the rightmost section to do what I did, and then all these are not stunned, so I'm taking 4 damage, which depletes my shield and means I have to remove 4 tokens from the game, which leaves me without any maneuver tokens, and I will keep my enhance, and then I have to remove one of those. So that's really bad. So those are added to the bag actually, because I bought them, but the bag is empty. So in the next pile of plans, I will just draw them. That was the point, that I know exactly what I get. Then the enemy rivals are a Juggernaut and a Vengeance. I feel like defeating the middle section of the mothership, even though it doesn't give me any rewards, is still a good plan, because then I can just discount that completely for the rest of the warps. And always stunning this section with 2 damage will deplete my resources fast as well. So this assigning 6 damage to the middle section will then destroy it. It leaves me with 3 damage only. And since the level 1 enemies have 1 more hull, it means I can really just destroy the scout or the spider. And I will probably go with the scout to bring that to 3 to get a level 1 laser token. Because then I have a token left to stun something else. If I stun this, it will deal even more damage. This cannot be attacked with level 1 lasers, which pretty much means I can only stun the spider. And it will take 3 damage. So in the enemy attack phase, I will get 3 damage to my hull. And this goes here. Okay, so in the pilot plans, I'm drawing the 1 token I just got, and the warp ends. This doesn't feel good, to be honest. My ship is almost destroyed. I've removed 4 tokens from the game already. I've upgraded a lot of energy. That's good. Okay, so let's just shuffle everything back. But I should have a good look at what I have. I have lots of lasers, a good amount of energy. My enhance token that now played with lasers will really do its job, but just 1 maneuver token, so I have to work on that if I ever want to defeat the rightmost section of the Hydra. Let's put it in the bag and see what happens. I feel like with the Hydra it might not be the best plan to go for 4 warps. Maybe destroying 1 section and barely surviving it is actually the plan. I don't know. So we will shuffle the enemies. We've revealed 2 level 2s already. Seeing them early would not make much of a difference. Actually, it might actually be preferable, so we don't have to care for the rightmost section and stunning that. So I'm shuffling these, giving it a cut and placing it on top. Then the warp counter increases, but I will also get a skill. Maybe that's my rescue here. First skill choice is Home Away from Home and a small black hole. So this is pretty pointless because this is loop around as a permanent skill anyway. And this is actually quite good, but we don't have the requirements yet. And the middle section is already destroyed, but nevertheless, we will take it. Okay, so the first pile plans, what do they give me? So they give me a little bit of lasers, the 1 remaining maneuver token, and level 3 energy. And the enemy rivals are the Vengeance, the Mercenary, the Juggernaut, and the Scout. So 2 level 2 enemies already. Okay, so what I could do is I could destroy the Vengeance and get a level 3 laser token. Then this one cannot be attacked by level 1 lasers anyway, so I will just outmaneuver it. So it will also be stunned. Then I would get 2 damage, and I have a level 3 token here that could give me 3 shield because I did not stun the left section. If I don't regenerate any shield, I'm dead anyway. The alternative would be to not care about the Vengeance yet, so not stun it, it's just 1 damage. Then we could stun the left section, for example, to fully regenerate the shield, but we would not be able to destroy anything without the right section being stunned. Okay, let's go with stunning the left section. So then I can use 3 energy to fully recharge my shield, because then I have the usual ratio here. I can then use these 3 laser tokens to defeat the scout, for example. Then they are discarded, I get a level 1 laser token. In the enemy attacks, the Juggernaut is stunned, but these 2 are not, which makes me lose 2 shield, which removes 2 tokens from the game. Okay, so the pilot plans give me, well, it's actually discarded because I can't defeat it with lasers. Okay, so the enhance, a level 3 laser, 2 level 1 and a level 2 energy. Since I have no way of drawing anyway, I will just enhance these 2 to be level 2. I can then kill the Vengeance, and if I stun the Juggernaut, I'm still taking 1 damage. But I think I have to do I have to progress? I feel like getting an overdrive would be really helpful. Okay, let's do that. Let's destroy the Vengeance. It's a level 2 enemy, so there's no change to its hull. It gives me a level 3 laser token. I will stun the Juggernaut, because it's not a level 1 laser, I can place that here. Working on destroying it to get an overdrive. And I feel like I should use that to buy something, for example, maneuver tokens. So I need them anyway to work on the right section. Energy I would have enough to destroy the left arm. I could assign it there. No, let's buy a maneuver token. I might regret that, but let's do that. If I want to activate these skills, I need maneuver tokens anyway. So in the enemy attack phase, this one goes here. The Juggernaut is stunned, the mercenary is not. I lose a shield and I remove a level 1 laser token from the game. I'm drawing. Pilot plans give me so a few laser tokens, the new maneuver token, a level 2 energy. The pilot, the enemy rivals are the Spider and the Reaver. So the remaining level 1 enemies. I would have known that this is what's to come. The level 3 laser here would defeat the Juggernaut, giving me the overdrive, which I like. So for once I can actually prevent all damage, which sounds good, to be honest. Let's just destroy the Juggernaut and add an overdrive token to the bag. This will also be helpful against the rightmost section. How many tokens do I have in the bag? Just 2. No, 3. Okay, adding 2 would give me another turn. But as usual, I'm not sure I want that. Let's just end the warp here, I think. Let's not add too many tokens to the bag. Let's just celebrate that we are not taking any damage. If we, for example, assign the maneuver token here and the 2 lasers here. And with this, I will buy another level 1 maneuver token. Again, with the idea to get rid of the right arm here, which makes it much easier to fight against level 1 enemies in the upcoming warps, and or to be able to activate a small black hole. So in the enemy attack phase, they will all be stunned. I don't get any damage. And the pilot plans will draw 4 tokens from the bag, which ends the warp. So just adding 1 more token, for example 2 lasers instead of this 1, I could have continued and would have 5 tokens that are actually capable of stunning. That would give me another turn to do stuff. But then again, would I actually defeat anything with this? And getting this maneuver token is actually quite important. So let's see what happens. So the warp ends. Let's see what tokens we have. They're all on the board anyway. So we do have 3 maneuver tokens, 1 overdrive. That would be enough to defeat the arm. And we have lots of good laser tokens and still really good energy tokens. In particular, they would be enough to destroy the leftmost section of the mothership. So besides getting destroyed, I would actually be able to just defeat the 2 sections. But if I, for example, draw a lot of energy and then destroy the section, I would have to survive until I have all these tokens to destroy this. I think that's the whole idea, I guess, about the Hydra, that you have to coordinate when to destroy section of the mothership, when to attack them, and when to deal with the enemies, and you have to balance it out. It's really completely different dynamic than the Dread. So this goes into the bag. The enemies are being shuffled again. So I haven't revealed any new enemies. This might actually be a strategy for this kind of boss, that you stick to the lower ones, and if you can deal with them, that they are not destroying you, then you can concentrate on the mothership. So let's put it on top, increase the warp counter, get another skill. The choice is between the explosive rhythm, and the palm device. So the explosive rhythm says that tokens you gain from evade rewards this turn go directly into your pool. Interesting, I don't have that much evasion. And the palm device allows me to choose one token from your pool, remove it from the game, and gain one token from the supply. This is a good upgrade skill, but it means the token does not go to my pool, it goes to the bag, which means I have even fewer tokens. And I don't have warp ahead, which I think would be really good with this kind of ship and mothership combination. Okay, so I'm not sure that I will destroy the right arm in this warp. Probably not, because I only have 4 tokens and I can't just put them all on this arm. It stands to reason that I will evade an enemy. Getting the evasion result right away might turn out good. So let's try that and remove the palm device. So the first pilot plans give me a few laser tokens, a maneuver token, and a fair bit of energy. The enemy rivals are Vengeance, Reaver, Scout, and Juggernaut. As per the special ability of the Reaver, that all laser tokens are discarded at the end of the turn, I will probably start maneuvering against it, which means I can draw, which makes it quite pointless, but I only have 3 tokens left with 3 enemies attacking me. The Vengeance, on the other hand, I cannot really stun anyway, so why concentrate on it then? That could mean that I want to defeat the Scout, but the Overdrive would be quite helpful. And it can't be attacked by level 1 lasers anyway, so I have to stun it with the level 3. I'm stunning the Scout. Stunning the right section won't do anything for me this turn, because they are not on the threshold anyway. Stunning the leftmost section won't do anything as well, because free energy would be enough to just heal me completely. So 1 damage would get through. Let's just hold these 2 tokens, because Artemis has a hold of 2, so I have no tokens in my discard. Okay, so in the enemy attack phase, I will get 1 damage, but I don't have to remove anything. The Reaver is stunned, the Scout is stunned, the Juggernaut is stunned. Okay, so this goes back if I want to. Pilot plans are, well, it's a big mix. I have an enhance token, laser, energy, maneuver token, overdrive, so, well, a little bit of everything. These are the 2 tokens from my hold. The enemy arrivals, well, there are no new enemies. Okay, let's see what I can do with this. I'm playing with the thought of evading the Juggernaut to get the token that I get to the pool right away by using the explosive rhythm. That would be good, because then I can defeat the Vengeance. Otherwise I would not have enough firepower. But this would mean that I don't get the overdrive. Could just draw, but then I would have to stun the rightmost section. So this would go here, for example. So, or let's use the overdrive. Then I will also get rid of the Scout right away. So overdrive here. I could put that on the Hydra. If I get the overdrive, I would only need 1 more maneuver token actually. And let's see what I draw. Okay, so I'm stunning the arm with a maneuver. Playing the overdrive here will then immediately evade the Scout, which gives me an energy token. I could activate the explosive rhythm to get it right away, but to be honest, I don't see the point. So this will also then evade the Reaver, which makes me draw 3 tokens. So more energy, more laser, and another maneuver token. Okay, interesting. So I use enhance on all the lasers. 2 level 1s become level 2s. And this level 2 will become a level 3. This in turn means that I can use a level 3 laser here on a Juggernaut to destroy it and get an overdrive. So the overdrive goes to the bag, and I can use 2 level 2 lasers to destroy the Vengeance, which gives me a level 3 laser. Cool. So if I put the maneuver token on the arm, well, I don't have to. Let's see. I think I want to buy a lot of stuff and probably just keep 2 energy and a maneuver token in the hold, which means I can buy 2 things. One should definitely be a maneuver token. They're good for defense anyway. And with this I could buy a power, for example a warp ahead, or a retrofit. Retrofit could activate a small black hole without maneuver tokens. Really interesting. That's a pivotal moment. What to buy? Not the last overdrive. I don't think that makes any sense. Warp ahead would be so useful, especially in the beginning of a warp. More enhance, no. I think retrofit is really good because I have these skills that I otherwise won't be able to use. Let's take a retrofit token, put it to the bag. Okay, so the enemy tech phase does nothing because the mothership section that does anything to me is already destroyed. So pilot planning it is. So I've drawn a maneuver token overdrive. That's actually not enough to destroy the section, okay. Well, with my hold it is. Cool. We have 4 maneuver against the rightmost section if you want to. But let's see what enemies we get. We have a fair bit of lasers and a little bit of energy. Let's take the stuff out of the hold and see what the enemy rivals are. So we draw the remaining 2 level 2s. No, we first draw the level 1s that we didn't see yet, and now the remaining level 2s that we haven't seen yet even. It's a Ghost and a Berserk. So the Berserk cannot be stunned with lasers. That's already rain on my parade to use this to destroy the rightmost section. How many tokens do I have left in the bag? 3, okay. Didn't get the retrofit yet. I'm kind of tempted to put the overdrive here because it can't be stunned with lasers. It's 3 damage. I have to stun it. Otherwise I would have to defeat it, which I can't. Well, I could activate... No, I can't. I will draw the retrofit in the next turn. So if I add 2 tokens, there will be a turn without any damage assigned to me. So let's go back to this plan. Overdrive here. They're already taken care of. If I start stacking more maneuver tokens, so let's plan that here for the right section, then these 2 level 1 enemies can be defeated regularly, which would mean, for example, this combination. I would get no damage because they are all stunned. This would already add enough tokens to the bag, so I have another turn. I'm not really working on my shield here, but I don't know if I need to. Let's add that here. That would immediately evade the Ghost. So the overdrive goes here. It cannot be reassigned. This is discarded. I get a level 2 energy token. And do I want to use Explosive Rhythm to get it right away? The thing is, if I add too much tokens to the bag, I won't know what to draw, and the bag will still contain tokens. So I think I will use the Explosive Rhythm to get that to the bag, because it was an evade result, which means this is used. This goes here. And with these 3, I will buy another token, but then I have 6 in the bag again. Or do I just use them to charge? I have to do it at some point. Yeah, let's just charge. Well, I don't need to charge, I can just hold on to them. Yeah, let's just draw the content of the bag and hold on to them. So in the enemy attack phase, the Berserk is stunned. It wasn't laser fire, the spider and the mercenary. Ah, well, they were both destroyed. I didn't handle that yet. So there's level 1 laser and level 1 energy. So this was also stunned, and we accumulate maneuver tokens here, which brings me to the pile of plans that should draw the full content of the bag. So lasers, retrofit, and an energy. So I'm not sure what I was thinking, that I can actually defeat this warp. Let's see the enemy rivals. We have a level 3, a Star Spike, Relentless, and the Nemesis. Energy is here. So I'm obviously using the retrofit on the small black hole to just ignore all damage this turn. So 6 lasers would give me the ability to destroy the Berserk. I don't have enough damage to destroy anything else. I don't have enough energy to destroy the left section of the mothership. So let's destroy the Berserk with 6 lasers, which gives me another retrofit. So I have a better chance to draw it right away in the final warp. What else do we want to buy? Looking at my energy, there's more than enough to destroy the leftmost section. I think I should concentrate on evasion, and I think I will either buy 2 or buy an overdrive and a level 1 laser. Or I buy an overdrive and at least recharge a point of shield or something like that. Let's go with the last overdrive. I think that's more helpful than the maneuver tokens. And use this one to at least charge. Well, I don't need to do it right now. Maybe I just hold. So in the enemy attack phase, I will get no damage because of the small black hole. And then pile of plans will just give me the token, the one I just added, which ends warp 3. Not good, not good. We'll hold on to this energy. The rest goes back to the bag. We've almost revealed all enemies. So let's shuffle them together. Ready the skills here. Place it on top. Last warp. And the skill choice is between the energy bolt and the upgraded battery. So the energy bolt will turn 1 level 2 laser into level 5. It could be interesting to defeat one of the more tougher enemies. And the upgrade battery lets me assign energy tokens as lasers this turn, which is not that helpful, I think. Let's go with the energy bolt. Maybe we can destroy some of the more tough enemies to get something useful. So my first pilot plans gives me the retrofit right away. 1 maneuver, 1 laser, and 3 energy. Okay, and I have still 1 energy in my hold. The first enemy rivals are a Scout, a Mercenary, a Reaver, so all level 1, and a Star Spike. Okay, so there is a level 3 coming up. So I feel like in the last warp, removing tokens from the game because of shield damage is not that important, actually. So one possible way to do this would be to stun the left section and then use 4 energy to fully charge my shield, saving the retrofit, because this is not enough damage to warrant a small black hole. Probably, so I should really stun the Star Spike at least, so I get only, in quotes, 4 damage, and hold on to the level 2 here, and hope for a better hand. Is this a plan? Not a good one, probably. Let's do that. Okay, so in enemy attack phase, the Star Spike is stunned. I get 4 damage. These 2 are removed from the game. Not sure when this was discarded. Doesn't matter too much if I remove it for the game or not. And that's it. So the pilot plans gives me 5 new tokens. So 2 lasers, 2 energy tokens and overdrive. Okay, I'm tempted to just destroy the left arm, because then it's gone. I have 7 energy, 6 is enough. So this is just destroyed. And now we only, in quotes, need 4 maneuver tokens. 1 is here, but I still don't want to use the small black hole, which pretty much means that I have to use the overdrive here and then the lasers here, which won't destroy these 2 enemies because of the right arm. But in the enemy attack phase, they will be stunned, and these 2 will be stunned by the overdrive. And I'm accumulating some evasion here. I'm keeping on or holding on to the retrofit. And then we can see what the pilot plans gives me. So lots of lasers, 1 maneuver and 2 energy. The nice thing is that this will now just recharge my shield completely. Let's just do this. So we start accumulating. Now this is disabled, it's stunned, which means these 2 enemies are defeated right away. The mercenary, the scout, they give me a level 1 energy token and a level 1 laser. Then I have 6 laser power at my disposal, which means I will... Do I want the smaller change? I want to keep the retrofit so I can only hold 1 more token, so no smaller change, no. I will assign 3 lasers to the Reaver with this being stunned. This defeats the Reaver. This goes here. And I get a photon blast to my back. So I will not recharge my shield because I have the small black hole with retrofit still. So I will buy a maneuver token. So I actually have enough stuff to defeat the arm, and I will hold on to the level 3. Well, can't. I have to assign something. Well, I have to assign it then. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise I would get 3 damage. I don't want to use retrofit for the small black hole. Don't want to use it for shield recharge, so I'm assigning it here. Hold on to retrofit. In the enemy attack phase, the star spike is stunned. This stays here. Pilot plans gives me new tokens. Okay, so I got lasers and the photon blast, so firepower only. Enemy rivals are a ghost, a juggernaut, and a relentless. The juggernaut cannot be attacked by level 1 lasers, so we could defeat it with level 3s. The photon blast should probably go here to just stun them both, so we have to assign something to the ghost, and this would bring the damage on the star spike up to 7, no, even more, to 8, and it would destroy the star spike. So it's 1 damage overkill. Do I want to assign that differently? Maybe this has to go here then. Well, I can't do it with level 1s here, so there's no other way to do that. It would be pointless. Yeah, and let's not think about it too much, I think, in this particular instance. So with this assignment, don't use retrofit. Level 1 enemies are no longer part of the enemy line, so this is not a big deal. The ghost is stunned. The juggernaut is actually destroyed. I would get an overdrive, but I already have all. This is 8 damage on the star spike, which gives me a W skill, which is the warp ahead. Could be interesting. This photon blast goes here. This is all discarded. And the photon blast stuns the relentless. So let's draw. There are some tokens in the bag. Not sure if it's 10 or not. Let's draw 5. And there are my maneuver tokens. So the enemy rivals are a nemesis and a vengeance. But it doesn't matter at all because I can just destroy or evade the right arm here. And win against the Hydra. Didn't even use the black hole. This was close. Was my first attempt with the Artemis against the Hydra. Haven't used the ship yet. Haven't played against the Hydra before. Especially the Hydra is a big change versus the Dread. Really big change. Because it seems simpler because it's not protected and you can just defeat the sections whenever you like and just focus on them, but you have to deal with the enemies. But the Artemis in particular, it does take a punch. You have to remove lots of tokens. I removed lots of tokens in this game, but together with the enhance and the ability to enhance energy and then buy lots of stuff, maybe that's okay actually. So that's also part of the learning process, I think, of Artemis. That this ship, you need to play with the energy and the shield and removing lots of tokens and just getting new ones and upgrading them. Yeah, it's very interesting. So I hope this was played correctly. I could just activate the black hole now to just avoid all the damage. That would not be an issue at all. But why bother? I've drawn what I wanted to draw and I could defeat the Hydra. Let's see what's left in the back and how many tokens in particular. Wow. So 2 overdrives, which would have been fine to draw actually. If I would have drawn the warpad, I could just draw more tokens, so there would be only 1 left in the bag. So I think this wasn't even luck in this case to draw them, because no matter what I draw, I would have been able to evade them. So interesting. This was the first non-standard game. After getting used to the game and hopefully ironing out all the misplays and getting rules wrong and so on. I did not really expect to win the first match, and I really hope that I did not win by an oversight.